So just that actually brings us nicely into the round three league games are on at the moment, or coming on this weekend. Who's have you got to see Dublin? Who's taking your fancy? Who's taking your fancy this year? Any team that kind of stood out for you, or anything you've noticed, or
I really enjoyed the Armagh Mayo game last week. I thought the Mayo was like two different teams between the first and second half.
yeah,
The first half, the lateral tippy tappy nonsense,
yeah,
nobody breaking the line, having a go, boring football. I think that they have 67, 80%, 68% or something like that of possession first half.
yeah,
Whereas our style of football is much more direct and probably much more enjoyable, certainly to watch. Mayo come out second half, up their intensity, which was obvious, started making turnovers further out the field and brought a whole new pace and dynamic style of football, more direct style of football in the second half, which made it much more enjoyable. So it was good to see that. So look forward to watching Mayo again. I got most of the Monaghan Kerry game.
Kerry, yeah,
Monaghan are obviously in transition, but the management there looking at new players. So Division One is unforgiving when you're at that stage of a team's evolution. So Monaghan will probably have to go down in order to come back up, which
yeah,
I would say they will do quick enough. But Kerry with a second string forward line, the numbers they put on the board was incredible, and the style of football was great to watch. Those little 30-meter ding passes with the foot going forward more often than not. It was great to watch them. Dublin, a team in transition as well. Not particularly exciting to have watched them against Kildare, and I didn't see any of the Limerick game. Probably the first time Dublin weren't on the Sunday game, and God knows how long. There's a question
yeah.
for some of the researchers there to see when was the last time Dublin weren't featured on a Sunday or the Saturday game, wherever it was. I think it was a Sunday. But Dublin are trying out a few new players as well, and Division Two is the opportunity for them to.
Anyone taking your fancy actually, Ger? I know Sean Lowry got a run actually from Vincent's.
Sean got a run for Vincent. The I guess Dublin supporters will have to be patient and lower their expectations of what's coming through. Again, you've very committed players looking and extremely hungry to represent their county.
Yeah,
But in terms of God given talent, it's just not the same as the cohort that kind of came before that we've already spoken about. So Dublin have a bit of work to do. I think if we can keep some of our key players fit, and particularly up front, if we can get Paul Mannion back playing
yeah,
well, up to speed, able to manage the intercounty load, and put a bit of cotton wool around Conor Collin as well, we certainly have a chance. I think generally the standard of football, I thought the last couple of championships, the standard of football probably wasn't of a great standard in comparison to previous years, you know.
So is that so is that why do you think it's gone it's more competitive now, Jar? Is it the
It's
similar
more
years?
competitive, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I,
more competitive. It's better
I,
to watch. I
I,
know the standard could be dropped, but
yeah, I would say, and again, my Dublin arrogance, not so much that the pack has gotten closer to Dublin. I think Dublin have fallen towards the pack, just with the natural qualities coming through.
oh,
So
there'll be lads throwing something at this screen here.
yeah, they can throw us at the screen all they want, you know, but well, Kerry without David Clifford last year would have been fecked, and I think that if Conor Collin had been fit for the semi final, we would have been fine. You know, I think we would have bet Kerry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's your actually with that? What's your opinion with Kerry? Real quick, Jar. What's
Kerry,
does
take out the Cliffords, and up front they're limited.
do you think really?
I think Sean O'Shea, lovely striker, the ball, a talented footballer, but manageable. The Cliffords, when they get going, obviously David he's a real gift to the world of Gaelic football and a pleasure to watch. And then his brother, himself and his brother have a
Varley, yeah.
great understanding of each other as well. And Paddy's direct running, probably similar version of Stephen O'Brien, younger version of Stephen O'Brien. who's still obviously knocking around the pan as well. But Kerry are probably under pressure in midfield. Solid, very solid at the back. But the depth up front, although we've seen some quality players or some quality scores on show against Monaghan, I'd be interested to watch how those players perform against a better defensive team, you know.
So who do you fancy? Like, what out of the pack, who do you think is going to come through here? As in, do you think it's Kerry again, or do you think someone else is going to come out of the pack?
I think Dublin will win the All Irelands if they keep those fellas fit on the pitch, and I think it'll be the last All Ireland we win for a long time.
Wow. Yeah, look at it. Jack and obviously Mannion coming back in. Like, it'd be interesting. I'd be interested to see how they adjust to Inter-County, the level again, how their bodies react. They're 30 now. They've had probably 2 or 3 years away from it. So that's big now.
Which is why we haven't seen them yet. You know, trying to get up to speed. You know, so they have to be patient in how they build them up. You know.
No, 100%. Look, I'll leave it at that. Ger, thanks a million for joining for the old chat.
Enjoy that,